Hey! When are you putting in that video camera in my car? Because you're missing some really good carpool karaoke content.
I'll take care of it right away. Thanks again for having me on your podcast.
You're welcome. We're getting right into it.
Yes, and today I was late, and so we're just going to dive into our goal review from last week.
Okay, sure.
This is becoming a problem, but I don't remember mine. What was it?
Our eyebrows just both raised. Yeah, this week was awesome. You were so sweet and attentive and loving this week. And I think that Game of Thrones is really out.
It's made too small, Your Grace. It won't go.
Your mother was a dumb whore with a fat ass.
You know, I was listening to something lately and it was like quality time is not sitting on the couch and watching TV with your partner. Like you're not talking. You might as well not be even next to each other. Like you're not engaging at all or getting to know anything about each other. But I disagree. Like I think that when you're enjoying watching something together and it sparks conversation and you're engaged in it together, that it's a real bonding experience.
And we're communicating with our bodies.
But beyond all that, as to not get so off track, you did fill up my bucket this week, and I think your goal was fully achieved. And I feel like maybe that's the first time either of us has like fully achieved our goals.
What was yours?
Mine was freaking to plan out my day in the morning each day and stick to it, and that didn't happen. Like I completely forgot that was my goal. It's like I said it and then it just wiped out of my brain forever. But I'm gonna add that on to my goals for next week, even though my goal is definitely like a 3-parter per usual.
Well, just back to my goal real quick, because I forgot it, and then I honestly wasn't thinking about it all week. Like I'm gonna do these things because I got to get my goal done. It's just
it's just what happened. I know. If that can just be every week. Like this past week was so awesome. I've realized like obviously your free time, your golf, and when you play well makes you really happy. So that's important. But I think that's a good thing. Like it's something that you're personally doing, that you're challenging yourself at when you accomplish something. Like that happiness and feeling of reward like seeps into other parts of your life.
It's true. That's why having a hobby is good. All right. What's on your mind?
Something on my mind. Something on my mind right now is a little bit based on what was on your mind last week, but more just at this point, like the frustration with this whole infertility process, and that's starting to turn into like a little bit of anger and like just how exhausting it is and how overtaking it is and how there's just like so many different opinions and how you want to share it, but then as soon as you share it, everybody has a different opinion and it's just like all consuming, and I'm just getting now like to the point of frustration almost with it, and I want to hold myself back from getting to like resentment.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I was ready to give up. I know that sounds awful, but
you had like a moment where you were like, what are we doing?
Where I was just like, things would be so much easier in the short term if we just gave up. And then I let my mind play it out as much as it could and like talked about it a couple times and realized like, I don't want to give up.
I don't want to either. I think we have a little bit more in us and we'll know when we want to give up. Or
we'll give up when this baby gets his ass.
Exactly.
Her ass.
Hopefully we won't
over here
have to be faced with that.
That was something on my mind too. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it, so I had a backup, which we can talk about. But it was funny that paparazzi guy just got us.
Oh my God, I know.
In the parking lot and was like, "What do you think about the second baby?" And we were like, I don't want to talk about this.
To answer, like he seemed really nice.
They're
but,
all
like,
really nice.
Anyways, what was the backup thing that was on your mind?
The home security.
Oh, okay.
Which is like a bit of a downer.
I have a lot of things that are a little bit of a downer in this episode, and I put a note in here. Whoa, depressing, and I'm not even in a bad mood.
No, we're in good moods, but like there's still some things going on that we can talk about. Like
yes,
so, there's been
real things.
There's been 2 break-ins
on our street.
Yeah, in the last like month.
No one has been hurt, but they've broken into the glass and stolen things, and also stolen a car.
Yeah, both while our neighbors were not
in the house.
Home, which like makes everyone think that like someone was like watching and like knew when they were gonna leave. And in a way, that's good because like they just don't want to come in. Yeah, and like I don't want someone coming in. But I was having.
Oh my God, I would much rather have
it happen. Yeah,
happen when I'm not there.
So just I wasn't sleeping well this week. week, even though we had a really good week. I
Oh,
wasn't
I didn't
terrible.
know that was
I
keeping you up.
protected you.
I'm so appreciative of that because
Yeah.
if I knew that you were nervous,
Then you would have been
then
nervous.
I would have been nervous. But I guess that's why you went to go get the protective film for the windows and put the spikes up on the gates. So we're pulling out today, and Sonny's like, "Why do we have those spikes on the gates?"
Tell 'em for the birds.
And that's what he's like. Are those for the birds so they don't poop or
Yeah.
land on there? I was like, yes, exactly.
Exactly.
The bottom line is, if someone wants to get in your house, they can get in your house, okay? You know what I mean? But they're not going to have time to get in before I can get to my weapon stash and disarm them. And it's important that you know that.
Webbin, that's what Sonny calls him, and I don't want to correct him
him?
because Webbin, like, I don't want him to even know
The word.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're safe. I have some more fortifying to do, which I'm going to do tonight.
I just can't. I really don't want the windows to look like there's like a film over them where you can like see bubbles. You know.
No, we'll do it together.
Even if we do it together, I don't trust that I'm gonna make it look.
What if we're
good.
really good at it? We'll
Okay,
practice
we'll
on a
see.
window we don't care about.
Okay,
All right. Well,
perfect.
anyway, that was on my mind, but I'm really close to getting all my fortifications installed, and then I will feel safe. And last night I felt safe and I slept really well. And you should feel
Good.
safe. I will protect you.
I do feel safe.
But I
I
also
know
want to
you
get a
will.
dog to
Yeah,
protect us. And
I'm
not only
down
do I
with
want to
that.
get one dog, I want to get 2 dogs.
You talk. Give me 2.
I know. This whole situation has gotten a little out of hand.
The dog situation?
You guys can write in and let us know what
I
you
got
think.
you on the fence.
But like, I'm down for a dog. Like, I've finally given in to the idea of a dog. I'm open. I'm down for that unconditional love and cuddles and stuff. But I think 2 is just like going in. It's like having twins. Like, why? I've never had a dog before. I have no idea what it takes, and all of a sudden you're gonna throw 2 at me.
Right. I understand that
Like
logic.
really throwing me into the deep end here.
Right, but I just think once you're in the pool, like another dog in the pool, it
Is
doesn't.
that gonna save me?
It's
from
not.
trying-
It's not going to matter. It's going to help you. This dog's going to keep the other dog from eating all the furniture. Anyway, let us know what you think because I would love for some other voices to weigh in on this.
Yeah, if that's like a popular theory that
Yeah.
2 is
easier
than
than
1, then I'll
I know.
send me some
I will.
articles.
You're a logical
We'll do
person.
some
We'll get
deductive
to-
reasoning and figure it out.
Why do we
but
have to do deductive reasoning?
I don't know. It sounded like
Sounded right.
appropriate.
All right, what's up with some brain farts?
Brain fart. My manager called me. And she was like, I'm going to Japan tomorrow. And I was like, oh my God, you're going across the country 7 months pregnant. And she was like, oh, the world. And I was like, oh my God. And I just felt like an idiot. So
Well,
not that bad.
I mean, you just said you said country and
Instead
you
of
meant
the
to say
world.
world, but I think LA to Japan is how much further than like LA to New York, which is across the country.
Oh my God, it's so much further.
It is. I've never been.
Yeah, it's
But
very
you just
far.
go across the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, but it's very far. Anywho, that's my one. I couldn't think of any other
Well, then
thing
that's a-
that I've done.
That's a good week.
Yeah,
Look at you.
pretty solid.
You're having some totally normal brain flatulence. All right, well, I had 3.
Oh, that we forgot our teacher parent conference
Oh
on
my
Friday.
God, I had 4.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
We were supposed to be at our school for our teacher parent conference at
I
10
call it a
o'clock
pa- a
on.
parent-
And we knew we had it that morning and we just got busy because Sonny was home and we just totally missed it.
I think I
we
was
weren't
doing
looking at our
Legos.
calendars. I was in the shower.
Yesterday, I went to the office, did some work, packed up, left, got home, completely forgot my phone, had to go back and get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this counts as a brain fart, but like I needed you to wait for me outside of this building
Yeah,
to like
'cause-
get
yeah.
me in.
You've definitely been here probably 10 times
Yeah.
at this point
There's
and
just-
still don't know how to park and make your way
I'm
inside
limited
this
in my
building.
brain power, and there's
Yeah.
certain things that I'm actively like I'm not.
It's honestly okay because it
Yeah.
doesn't test my patience at all.
Yeah. Isn't it better than me at least like knowing my shortcomings and
Yeah, that's where we have to pick each other up. Just like how I'm not
plate.
gonna really probably do much to protect us in like a home invasion.
No, I will kill them.
You are gonna,
Yes,
yeah,
yes. I will
yeah.
hit them with the retractable baton on the knee, disable them, and then I have zip ties for their hands. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, the cops are coming.
Yeah.
And you just wait there, mister.
I'm happy to lead you into Dear Media in exchange for,
For that,
my safety.
yeah, deal. Last brain fart, also related to home security. I was like looking online online on Home Depot's website to see if they had this thing, and you could check their inventory. And I saw that the two options were buy online or ship to store.
Or pick up in store?
No, ship to
store, meaning the store didn't have it.
Right. And I went there and I insisted that they had it. And I knew that they didn't have it. Like,
but you were just like, maybe they'll have it.
Yeah. And like, I'll probably get some other stuff I need anyway. I wanted to be proactive.
And
it was like Friday night, I found out that there was another break-in.
Yeah.
And so Saturday morning, I just wanted to start working on the problem first thing.
Yeah.
All right. How's our boy doing?
Sonny is good. I had a little bit of a disheartening, I know, not to be like drop-off situation this morning. He just he didn't want me to leave. Part of it. He didn't want me to leave. And then Emily's his teacher, told me that yesterday he said he wanted to go to a different school. And she said that it was just because she thinks he had like a bad play moment with friends or something.
Yeah.
And I said he's being kind of dramatic right now and it's like all or nothing. And he's also doing this thing. I know that you do more like positive reinforcement. Like if you do this, then I'll give you 5 minutes extra of this. Like I'm not as good at that. And sometimes I'm like, if you don't do this, like I'm going to take away books. And so because I haven't been good at that, he now is doing this thing back with me where he's like, if you don't let me do 5 more minutes of TV, then I'm not going to kiss you for the rest of your life. And you're just like, okay, why does it have to be so dramatic? And you're not calling the shots. And I know you're just saying my words back to me. And I feel bad because it's like partly my fault, but also like... So that's my thing with Sonny right now.
Yeah. I know he does that. You just said it all. I mean, he's just saying your words.
Yeah.
He's dramatic because everything is a big deal.
Yeah.
Like getting to watch TV is the biggest thing in his world right now because his mind, he's got the attention span of a gnat.
Yeah.
My thing was good.
Good.
Like I was so impressed by his getting the letters.
Yes, he had picked up on that really quickly.
Right? Like we went to that parent-teacher meeting, hour and a half late, and they were like, Sonny's doing well with his letters, but he's still struggling with like these handful or whatever. And then you got him that matching game, which was great. Like, don't forget you do also great stuff. You're great mom.
Thank you.
And sat down and like we did it with him. And by the next day, like at least with me, he like knew all the letters, uppercase and lowercase.
Yeah.
And anyway, I don't know if he still knows it or whatever, but it made me think about like, what if Sonny just got the best parts of both of us? And I know that that's not true, just the same way it's not true that he's going to get just the bad parts.
I think that he will
obviously get a mix
of the good and the bad parts of us.
Right. But like, I just assumed because like I wasn't the best student and like, it sounds like you weren't the best student. Like,
I was just average.
Whatever.
I didn't apply myself.
Or it's a whole combination of circumstances that like maybe that would happen to Sonny. But then when he picked up the reading, it was in my head, well, maybe he'll be a great student. Like we don't know what will happen. And I don't even know what good student and bad student mean.
I feel like he can, like, that things, once they start to click, they'll click more. Like, I think with reading, it's like it's starting to click now.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like by the end of kindergarten, he'll be reading.
Whatever it is. Again, I don't even care about the milestones.
That's true.
It's more of just like a reframing of my point of view on it, which is like, there's no point in stressing of what he's going to be like. Like, there's no point in wasting that time.
Also, he's like a completely different person than us. And like, it could be a mix of the two of us plus whoever the F he is, who we don't really even know yet, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's his own complete person that we're figuring out and learning. He's not just a mix of us. And I think parents, well, I mean, biologically, genetically, yeah, but I think like his spirit, who he is like very dependent on his experiences. Like, he's not with us all the time. Like, he's forming a whole different identity that's not based on us as well.
Nature versus nurture.
Yeah. So it's also getting to know who he is.
Well, freaking love his school. That meeting was great.
Love his
school. They
school.
are just the best. We just really love that place.
Yes.
And he loves it too. I don't give a shit what he says.
I know. I told her, I was like, he was just being dramatic. He didn't say anything to me
of
later. He wasn't upset. Like, don't worry.
All right. Let's talk about some pop culture stuff.
Pop culture palate cleanser. Okay. So mine is more a nostalgic pop culture thing, and I alluded to it earlier, but we're watching Game of Thrones. Thrones for the first time, and we just got through the first season, and I'm into it. I'm like, the hard part
Why do you say it that way? Why do you say it that way?
Because we watch it at the end of the night when I'm really tired, and so it's hard it's like, you really got to pay attention, and it's long, and
I get it. It's
so
a big,
I get
big
tired,
lift
and then
at
I
the
feel
end of
like
the
I
night.
miss a lot, and so that's why I feel like I'm not fully engaged and enjoying. But it is the first scripted show since The Crown that I feel like I could really get into.
It's a good show, and life is rewarding when you're watching a really good scripted show.
It's
at night.
true. I know the reality shows that I do are like I have
It's
to
like
watch
snacks.
them.
These are like really good meals.
But let me tell you this new thing that I'm thinking while I'm watching reality
okay,
TV.
all right, everyone get ready to just take a step into Whitney's
I'm
brain.
so guilty that I'm watching it, that I'm just working the whole time on my phone throughout watching it and just missing it. And like, it's just, I'm doing the opposite of what you should be doing.
You're working on your phone because you feel guilty watching it. You're like, I'm going to counteract this junk by doing something good at the same time.
And then I'm like not even enjoying it and watching it. I'm just like catching snippets and then like
maybe just do stuff that is good for you that you like.
So I just needed to say it out loud.
If you're going to eat a cheeseburger, right, like go for it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But most of the time, eat stuff that makes you feel good.
Totally. Oh, I'm sorry that Ned Stark is dead, but I know it wasn't a surprise because I had heard that major people die in the show, but
spoiler alert.
He was cute.
Yeah.
Like, and it made me it made me kind of nostalgic for my dad.
He's a good dad.
Yeah, good dad and like
a lot of kids.
Yeah, a lot of kids.
I mean, it's hard to do a pop culture palate cleanse without talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Do they have
Can everyone just get off their jock and like let them just live? It's like
yeah, who gives a shit is kind of your reaction to that. That's
but
that's
because
fair.
it's because I'm not a Swiftie. Don't come for me. And I don't even care if you really do. But like, I'm not. No,
I'll protect you.
I just think I'm just too old. I think I'm just too old is what it is.
Don't you
like,
think
I
it's
guess
just a
it was
case
like,
of the most famous person in the world and
when
people just
Britney
care?
Spears and Justin Timberlake were dating and people were like, oh my God. Like, I was into it. Like, oh my God. But I think I'm just too old for them.
I was going to be like Leo DiCaprio, although we did have our anniversary.
Oh my God, and he was there.
And he walked right in front of us.
He did.
And Whitney, seat her J's.
No, I didn't. I couldn't care less.
Fine, she couldn't care less. She chose me, Leo. In your face, dog. She chose me over you, bro. And then someone else said BravoCon.
I know that it happened, but I don't know if there was any like drama at BravoCon.
There was lots of drama, I'm sure. But like basically BravoCon, correct me if I'm wrong, is like all the Bravo celebrities show up to a convention center and like do scenes with each other and a host. Right,
they
but that's doing scenes.
Yeah.
Now, doing scenes.
And then they're using it for storylines for the season.
Doing scenes, for those of you who don't know, it's just after the activity, you sit down on the bench and you hit beats for the show. It's every single show. And like they're doing that with Andy Cohen. It's a reunion, right? That's the reunion is just hitting beats, is just doing a scene with Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
So like the reunion and BravoCon, Andy Cohen is basically putting himself into all these shows and hiding behind the very thin veil of like Jenny from Wisconsin asked like Tom Sandoval, why are you such a cocksucker?
Well,
let me just talk about this for 1 second.
Yeah.
The questions from the internet, that is Andy Cohen. Because you get unlimited questions that run the spectrum from nice to mean, and you're picking them out.
And
why pretend like Jennifer from Jersey is writing in?
I know. It is infuriating.
We're not that stupid.
No, and it probably is Jennifer from Jersey,
It
but
is.
it's like
No,
it's
babe,
the
of
question.
course it is, but you're missing my
Yeah, it's that they are choosing the questions that they want to
Yes,
know.
and in choosing, they are writing the question because the
Exactly.
questions run the gamut.
Yes.
Like it is I'm saying it is definitely a real person.
Yes.
But there's so many real people writing in questions. All that matters is which ones you choose.
Yes. I get it.
Now you get it.
No, I understood it before. I got it before.
Sorry.
Are you throwing shit at me?
Yeah, I'll pick it up. It's from Swa Superette, which was the best thing I ate this week. Did we do that?
Really? The best thing I ate.
Actually, I needed your help because I couldn't remember any of the things I ate this week.
Of the best things you ate this week. Well, my two things were random. Mine was a glazed donut from Yum Yum Donuts. It's by my therapist.
Now you had a Yum Yum donut? What was your second
And then my
one?
second thing was that I didn't finish it, but but it was that oatmeal sandwich cookie with the maple frosting from John and Vinny's.
That was a minor brain fart that you had, my dear.
Why?
You sent me to the John and Vinny's on Fairfax.
That was a major one. So not only did I forget to order delivery on Postmates because it was supposed to, we were supposed to be, we were getting it delivered, but I set it up for pickup at the Fairfax location, and then it wasn't at the Fairfax location. I had set it up for pickup at the Brentwood location. So that was definitely a big brain fart.
2
But you
hours
still went and got it.
Filling up your bucket.
Yeah,
Just doing
I
some bucket
appreciated that.
filling.
It's always like by the time you order or have a new idea for something else, like you might as well just
go get it. That's what I
and
thought.
it's also, it's not like cheap food.
That was a good brain fart. But what were some of the good things that we ate?
You made a roast chicken last night.
Yeah, that was decent. We had a chicken basket.
We had a chicken basket, classic.
That's good.
You made a barbecue chicken thing with the zucchini chips and the potatoes and onions, which you didn't really like.
You liked it though. Filled your bucket.
We had a micha pizza, which you didn't really love.
That wasn't very good.
Maybe not a good eating week for you.
Yeah, nothing
it's
super
kind
special.
of just because I've been doing all this intuitive eating stuff.
No. I've really been enjoying our whole approach to food, and think you've been doing great, and it's lifted a lot of just stress off of me. I mean, I see you are eating what you want and not worrying about like telling me you don't like something that I make, and then making sure you go get something else that you do want, and like none of it bothers me. The only thing I want
feel that.
is just for you to be as happy and healthy as you can be. All right. Well, I mean, that was a good sesh.
Wait, is that it?
Oh, I didn't do the best thing I ate. Well, so you know what I'm going to do because it's here and that chicken finger was really good and this tea is amazing is a little plug for our friend Michael's new restaurant called Swa Superette in Larchmont.
On Larchmont.
If you want healthy Szechuan, that's where you go. He partnered with Fly by Jing.
Yes.
And they opened, and it's a really awesome store and an amazing place to go get lunch. And that chicken finger that I just had, which was very organic orange chicken finger, another plug for them, which is a great chicken finger, was maybe the best thing I had this week.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta have one. I'm hungry. All right, well, I love you. And my goal for next week.
Oh, schnapps. Next week is Thanksgiving.
So I have a few, okay? One is to practice what my goal was for this week which was to try to make a plan each day and stick to it. But next week it's like Thanksgiving, like time off. I really feel like I should throw that out the window once we get on the plane. But I think that my other thing is to prep some activities for Sonny for the weekend. Like I just want to prep some like painting stations, some beading things, like some really easy things that we have at the house that I was talking about this with my therapist. It's important that he's able to do stuff by himself that's not watching TV without us, like clean his room, go look for bugs, like, but we can guide it, but it's okay that he does other things. It doesn't always have to be with us. And I know that's hard with the only child, but anyways, that was one of my goals. And then just to like be of service during Thanksgiving. I just want to like help Hill and Mo with hosting, help you emotionally.
That's a great goal.
Yeah. Help your mom.
Yeah.
Like just, you know.
Yeah, I'd like my mom to have a nice time.
Yeah. I feel like we can do things to make sure that she has a nice time.
All right.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Okay. I think your goal, I mean, not to speak for you.
Tell me, please.
I think to just start meditating now.
I've meditated a long time.
You have been meditating?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. I would today start like your 10 minutes a day just to like get you more into that mind space and to try to maintain it while you're there, to ask for help when you need it, but to take a deep breath like before reacting to anything and just know that these are the moments that like you'll really think about. So just like make the most of them and don't let the small stuff get to you.
All right.
Is that a good goal?
Great goal. Great goals.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for
being here.
The snacks. And thank you for getting me in the building.
I love you.
I love you too.